Salutations, everybody. It's your girl Shadara, and today, I know we a month into January, so into January. Anyway, I know we're a month in to 2025, so I just want to talk about real quick, what I learned in 2024. And too long didn't read. The biggest lesson that I learned in 2024 was to prioritize myself and to put myself first, like truly. Not know, oh no, I'll get to it later, I'll do this and maybe. No, like to truly put myself first, to truly prioritize myself. So, 2024 was just full of lessons that I'm actually very grateful. I'm very grateful for. I'm very blessed to have gone through those lessons, recognize the lessons too. Um, yeah, I mean, there was a lot, but I really learned to prioritize myself, stop putting others above myself, stop sitting there and being like, oh my gosh, like, well, like, I stopped putting myself on the back burner, is the biggest thing. I stopped putting myself on the back burner. I stopped putting what I wanted to do on the back burner, and I just did what I wanted to do. Okay, I want to make sure that I go to school. I want to make sure that I finish my associate's degree. I want to make sure, and that's what I did. I graduated. You see her? That's me. I got my associates. Clap it up. I'm very proud of myself. Don't mind my lash if she ain't all the way on there. We ain't paying attention to that today. But yeah, I got my associates. I graduated with my associates, and now I am going to uni, and I'm actually a double major. I'm getting my bachelor's in English with a concentration in creative writing, and I'm getting my other bachelor's in psychology because I plan to get my master's in library science. And so I think that getting my second bachelor's in psychology may help me to, like, if I need to help people, like working, like you work in a public library, I'm thinking that's going to help me work with the public because I've worked in a public library before. Like, customer service is my whole career. It always has been. So yeah. um yeah, I learned not to spread myself too thin because I do that all the time. Last semester, I I'm a grinder. Oh. Like, I I sat there and I was working. I was working at my main job on top of working as a work study. Like, I worked at my school, I worked at my college. And so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was working 12 hours a day. And then Thursday, Friday, I had off at the time. And then Saturday, Sunday, I was just working at my main job. So 2 out of 5 days of my work week, I only worked 6 hours a day. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is when I worked my full 12 hours. And then I was taking 4 classes last semester, and I was so stressed out that I was getting migraines. Like, I don't typically get migraines no matter what. I don't usually get migraines. So I was getting migraines. I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, maybe, like, I didn't really know what it was. And no, that's what it was. But I have a tendency to spread myself too thin all the time. Like, I'm really bad at that. So that's what I was doing. But, um, yeah. So I'm only taking one class right now this semester, spring 2025. So, because I was going to sit there and be like, no, I should just take off this semester because I stressed myself out so much. Like, I'm still recuperating. Like, I had over a month off from winter semester. Like, I had a whole month off before I started spring semester, and I had 2 weeks off from work. And I sat there and I was like, I'm still recouping. I'm still recovering from fall 2024 semester because I spread myself way too thin. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe we not do that. Maybe how should I let's what are we doing? I've also learned to how to nurture multiple relationships. That was something when I was in my past relationship. I sat there and I like solely focused on that relationship. Not even like the relationship with myself. I didn't even nurture that relationship. I was so busy trying to nurture and cater to my romantic relationship I was in and the person I was with that I totally um, neglected the relationship with myself. And I didn't fully nurture the relationships that I had already had around me. And a big part of that was because I didn't know how to do that. It's really multitasking. Honestly, it's not even hard when you really like fuck with everybody that you like when you're really cool with everybody, like it's really not that hard, but that's wow, I'm seeing I don't have my glasses on and the recording button, it looks like there's two of them. There is one. I thought I was streaming for a second. Anyway, so um yeah, I mean, I just learned how to nurture those relationships. I also one of the biggest things that I learned was how to control my anxiety because I've had anxiety all of my life. I remember having my first panic attack when I was 4 and yeah, how to nurture my anxiety, not nurture my yeah, you know that's I think that's a great way to put it. How to nurture my anxiety and to control my anxiety because a lot of my anxiety came from not being able to like I feel like wanting to be in control of everything. If I control everything, then nothing bad will happen. If I do this, then you know what I mean. And I let go of control in every aspect. Not nothing crazy, like positively I let go of control, okay? Um and so because I literally one of my favorite things to say is I let go and I let God. Like you can't, you know, and you could say that for any, you know, whatever or whoever you believe in. I just let go. Okay, you know what? One of my favorite things to say, you know, everybody who know me know that I always be like, I'm ignoring that until it becomes relevant. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't my problem right now. That's a future Shadara problem. So that's literally what I did. Like I just letting go of control, letting go of trying to let me try to do this, let me control this. If I do this, then this won't happen. If somebody wants to do something, they're gonna do it. If something's meant to happen, it's going to happen. Okay? So you know, there's certain things that you can prevent. Like, okay, if I make sure to unplug my straightener, my house won't burn down. But that's different from trying to control everything. You know, so I let go of control. Um, I nurture the relationship that I have with myself more than anything. Um, and I let people know, like, I learn to communicate with people how much I appreciate them. Because I had somebody tell me last year in 2024, I don't think you appreciate your parents. And I was like, what the fuck you mean I don't appreciate my parents? Of course I appreciate my parents. Like, okay, I complain about my family. I complain like, oh my God, they do this. And sometimes being around them is like this. But everybody does that. And what that person didn't know was that I had just got over the anxiety of my parents dying. Like that deep rooted fear of like, oh my God, what am I gonna do when that inevitably happens? And it's a scary thought. I had just got over that. And then they said that and I was like, oh, oh fucking K. Like but they didn't know that. They didn't know I had just got over that. They didn't know that that was something that I have been dealing with. Like when I was a little kid, I would wake up before everybody else in the morning, and especially on a weekend, and I would creep into everybody's rooms and watch them to make sure they were breathing. Like I used to do that as a kid. I used to do that 5, 6 years old. Girl, what are we doing? So when I say your girl been anxious forever, I'm not even joking. And I don't know why I've been so anxious, why I get so anxious when it comes to death. But I really think it's because, you know, that's a scary thought. I don't want to live without my family. I don't like that feeling. You know what I mean? So, but I learned how to really, how to show that appreciation. I feel the appreciation. So now I need to show that appreciation rather than just, okay, I'm complaining. Oh my gosh, they do this. Ugh, okay. You know, hearing only negative does not help anybody. It don't help me. It don't help the person complaining about it, and it don't help the person that you complaining about either. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I mean, I think that's really it. I guess I could go into my plans of 20, not like yapping about, oh, I'm going to tell you everything I got going on. No. My plans for 2025 are to um drive, because y'all, that the people that know me know, like, that was one of my biggest things when it came to my anxiety, was driving. Driving is so, the thought of driving was so scary. I'm like, oh my god. I would get behind the wheel. I remember in April or May of 2024, I was like, my little sister was like, okay, you know what, let's, like, yeah, I'll help you learn how to drive. And we're in her car, and I just froze. I froze in fear. I was like, I can't. I was like, I cannot. So, and then in like July, August, I mean, I was whipping it. Yo, girl. Okay. Very proud of myself. Like, I got my permit. I got my permit. I'm just very proud of myself because I had set a goal to have my driver's license by my birthday of this year, by May. And I'm already halfway to that goal. And I wouldn't have been able to do that. Well, I would have been able to do it. But yeah, yo girl gonna be street certified here soon. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited. So yeah, I'm very proud of myself. I plan to be able to take myself to my school in the fall. I plan to, yeah, it's my biggest plan is getting a car. Let me get my own car this year. So that's my biggest plan. That is the biggest thing I've planned for myself. Goal number one is getting my license by my birthday. Goal number two is to get my own car. Yeah, because I want to drive myself to the gym. Like, I love working out. Okay, I love working out. And oh, you know what? I'll add a goal number three on there. It's to to continue to nurture the relationships that I have in my life, and to stay aligned with who and what I'm supposed to be in alignment with. Why is that so hard to say? I've been having tongue twisters all day. Maybe I think too hard of the word. But those are my plans. Those are my big goals of this year. And I'm very proud of myself for everything that I've achieved. Like I said, I graduated. The thing that kept me locked the fuck in last semester was I was just sitting there. Oh my god, I forgot. I gave the benediction at my graduation. I gave the closing prayer at my graduation. So I was on the stage the whole time of my graduation, like the whole, graduation party, whatever. I got published again. Um, okay, Dexcom, be quiet. I got published again. My poems and a short story, which I'm gonna end up posting on here, reciting and posting on here, reading out loud and stuff. Um, I gave the closing speech. Met the president of my college. Yeah, it was really fun. It was really great. Getting involved in school activities is very fun. I miss my OG nerd group, which was just my. We had a literary journal at my college, and that was what I was published in. And yeah, I was gonna say something, and then I like lost my train of thought. Yeah, I interrupted myself, so I lost my train of thought. But yeah, oh yeah, what kept me locked in when it came to classes at school and just grinding it out fall of 2024 was literally, excuse me, the Southside Freestyle by Meg the Stallion, when she sat there and she was saying like, she going hard for her mama because she pray every day just to prove it because her mama knew, you know what I mean? Like that's literally like my mom, I'm both my parents, But I just think about like, because my dad has a master's degree, but my mom doesn't, and I do it like I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. You know what I mean? Like, and I strive to continue to not only make them proud, but make the women, especially the women, like proud. Like, not only my ancestors, but those who are going to come after me, my children, my grandchildren, my great great grandchildren, great, you know what I mean? To just continue, like, wow, okay, that's my great great grandmother, Shadara. She did all this in this time. I could do it too. Like that's what I strive for. I'm doing it for me, but I'm also thinking about I have people who are looking up to me. I have like even even where I work, like those are my students, and I love my students, and I do it for the people around me. Oh my god, you're in school. Oh my gosh, yes, da da da. I love that shit. So that's what I strive for. That's why I'm just yapping. I'm talking about, I'm supposed to be talking about what I did last year, but that was a big part of it. That's what kept me motivated and kept me going was, you know, the people around me who either couldn't do what I was doing or just were just so proud. Like it just okay, like I just thought about that. My ancestors' wildest dreams. And wanted to I wanted and I continue to make them proud because they didn't have the opportunities that I have. They didn't have the support that I have. They didn't have, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure I stay educated, to make sure I strive and achieve what I strive for. You know what I mean? To continue to strive for what I want to strive for, but also to actually accomplish what I strive for. And sometimes you switch your path and what you're doing and what you want to do, and there's nothing wrong with that. And even if I change paths, okay, maybe I don't want to do this, but I want to go around this route, or I will still succeed in everything that I strive for. I will still succeed no matter what. I will, I will achieve everything that I want because I can. And that was like another thing. Like I was like, oh my gosh, my early 20s, like, y'all seen one of my other videos, your girl was depressed. And depression never goes away, but I literally sat there and I never thought I would get as far as I have. Like, I didn't have that true belief in myself. And then, like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't know if y'all know that TikTok audio, that song where it's like, why have one bitch when you can have five? Why have five bitches when you can have nine? That's how, not what people, I'm not thinking about it like people. I'm thinking about it in like, okay, who said I just need to have 1 degree? Why can't I have two? Why can't, okay, yeah, I want to get my master's, but why, I should go get I should go get a doctorate. I should become a doctor. I could do this. Like, I never had that viewpoint before. I never had that mindset of I can do anything that I want to do. And it's not because, oh, I didn't hear that growing up. Growing up, okay, so I need you to stop. Growing up, it was literally that kind of thing of like, I don't know, we didn't really, in my family, we didn't start saying I love you to each other until my older brother went to the Marines. And so it wasn't like you can't do anything you don't want, we were never told not to do something, or we were never, but it's kind of like, not like my parents didn't have the words of encouragement growing up, but I never sit there and think about coulda, shoulda, woulda. I don't sit there and think about, man, like, if only my parents told me, okay, my parents are telling me this now. My parents grew up, you know, I grew up better. My parents raised me better than their parents raised them. Or, my parents did with the best that they had. And as they've grown and they realize, damn, okay, we could have done it different. We could have done it this way. I don't sit there and I've healed from my past. I've healed from, like, it's not, your parents are still trying to figure stuff out too. Yes, you're trying to figure out stuff as well. Like, I don't know if I am conveying what I'm trying to say properly, but while growing up, we didn't always hear, you could always, that encouragement of, I'm proud of you. You could always do anything that you put your mind to. That doesn't mean that my parents didn't show that. Anything I had going on after school, they were there. Anything, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily, I may have not have heard it, but they showed it. You know what I mean? And then as an adult, it's like, you have to think about what has gone on through your way of thinking of something from your childhood. You may still think of and see and view in a child's viewpoint. And then as an adult, it's like, okay, well, shit. It could have been like this. And yeah, it could have been different, but I just always think about that. My parents did the best that they had. And a lot of people growing up, it's like, well, it's better than what I had. That doesn't mean it's the best, but it's still okay. This is better than what I had. All right. No crazy dumb shit, but yeah, you live, you grow, you learn. You don't hold grudges. I don't. I don't got time to, like, you wasting your energy if you hold a grudge. The fuck is the point of that? Let that shit go. You need to process it, heal from it, and then let the bitch go. Okay? So, I think that's it. That's really all I got. I got myself a vanity. She's real pretty. I'm sitting right in front of her. I love it. My room. I'm chilling. I got a PS5. I did my thing, Bookie. Okay. I'm still, y'all may see in some of my other videos, I am still processing and sitting through and trying to understand why I think the way I do about certain things. There are long ingrained things, not even just from, me growing up, but that are passed down because, again, generational curses, generational trauma. That I'm like, okay, I need to sift through, learn, rewire. And technically you're not are you rewiring? Is that what it's called? You're creating new pathways, I think is technically what it is. You're not rewiring. I feel like that's still rewiring, but you're creating new pathways so your brain thinks in the new pathway rather than the old pathway. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's it. Well, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Thanks for listening to my yap session. I really wanted this to go in a different way in the sense of, like, I was just gonna say this is what I learned in 2024, but I'm not like sitting on it. Like, I was sitting on it before. I was sitting on it before. I was like, man, I will say this. Like, I have re-recorded this over and over and over and over. I had re-recorded multiple times. And I was just like, this is not good enough. I don't want this. Boop. This is not good enough. I don't want this. Boop. And I just recently, like, let some stuff off of, like, go on my heart. That was sitting in my heart space, in my heart chakra. And I was like, you know what? I don't need to hold on to this stuff anymore. And so it's made it easier for me to, like, talk about this. I'm like, yeah, I learned this. I did this. Oh, yeah, I graduated. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I'm going to just end this by saying, okay, next time, shut up. Anyway, sorry. As a type 1 diabetic, I have a Dexcom that shows my blood sugars. And sometimes, like, literally my phone is right there. The transmitter is on my body. And sometimes it'll be like, oh, I can't get the signal of your transmitter. Anyway, at least I have what I have, right? So, yeah. I don't even remember what I was yapping about. I'm just happy to be here. Honestly, I'm very comfortable in my own company, which was something that I didn't really have before. Comfort in my own company. Comfort in being by myself. I love to be by myself. And maybe it's because I'm the middle of 5 kids. I'm the middle sibling of 5 of us, bro. That I always want to do something with somebody else. If I go to the store, I want to go to the store with somebody else. Sometimes, most of the time. But there are certain things. It's like, okay, like, oh, I want to go to this cool place. Okay, I want to go with somebody, and I think it's because I have I have four siblings. There are five of us in total, and so I'm so used to doing. If we do something, I'm always with somebody else. There are times where it's like, okay, yeah, I would love to go to the store by myself, or I want to go do this by myself, but I'm always down. Like I have once I learned to share, I have never stopped sharing. And I don't even mean in like yap sessions. I mean with anything. Like, oh, if you want some of this, here you go. Oh, okay, you want to. There are only certain things that I'm like, nah, bitch, we ain't sharing. Okay, so yeah, yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. So yeah, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. I'm actually gonna end it this time because I keep saying I love y'all, I appreciate y'all, but I love y'all, I appreciate y'all. Never stop believing in yourself. And I know that's cheesy, I know it's corny, but it's true. As long as you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, love yourself in the best ways that you know how. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Bye. I'm going hard for my mama. She knew I could do it. I pray every day just to prove it. I'm going hard for my granny. She wanted, she have it. The hood going hard for Miss Pax.